And you're again, damn, that's a one from that stupid wreck. But all right, okay. So there's a hashtag that's been trending for 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. And I am going to get this off my chest because I feel like a lot of fans have said what they wanted to say. They could, defend Ronda, which is the dumbest fucking thing to do, or you can do what I'm about to do. And I normally I haven't done a rant in forever, really haven't. But she might be the worst women's champion that we've had in a long, long, long time. Um, only reason her 2018-19-ish run was decent to good is because she was in the ring with top tier talent. She can't bring it. She cannot bring anyone up. I mean, damn, she made Shotzi look bad, and Shotzi is not that bad. Um, Dakota Kai showed how someone should do a DDT on the apron. You saw that on Raw. Raw
Yep.
had the um, Ronda Rousey. She had she supposedly has to have this it factor. She came from the UFC and everything. She has no it factor for me. I don't know, and I mean I know she's going to keep the championship until WrestleMania. I get it because what Triple H is doing with the Raw Women's Division, he's going to do with the SmackDown eventually. He's going to even it out. Raw might look Raw looks like a damn entire division by itself. Like the entire women's division in one. Because SmackDown is terrible. Ronda Rousey has not done anything for that belt. Has not done anything for anybody. Does not it she don't boost no matches, nothing. She's just that name from UFC. But if you remember the last spot, she got her ass knocked out. Like that's the last thing you see from her. Um, it's kind of funny on the last podcast last week, even before all this Survivor Series and all that came out. I said, "Man, Ronda Rousey doesn't do it for me." A lot of people said it and everything. When I saw that trending, I didn't say anything. I was going to keep it for the podcast. Um, yeah, and I'll let you talk about it here in a minute, but she is fucking terrible. Just just outright terrible. And I don't like to say that about anybody, anything, but the topic has came up. A lot of people have voiced their opinion. Some on the smart side, some on the very dumb side. And yes, she's taking bumps and everything. But hell, they don't fucking look good. I can tell you that. Look, I've never been in the ring, probably never will be. I feel like I could take almost the same bumps as she's doing. I don't know because she ain't really taking any. I don't know. Mm, mm, mm. It's just I can't wait for WrestleMania, and I cannot wait to see whoever dethrones her. I do not give a fuck if it's Charlotte. I will be the best and the biggest Charlotte fan that night. I think a lot of people would be, and that's saying a ton. That's saying a ton. I don't care who it is at WrestleMania. Don't care. I wouldn't even be look. If she happened to lose it at Royal Rumble and just went off to the sunset, I'd love that too. I don't care if it mess up their plans. Don't care. I really don't. At this point, some of these people that I don't, I'm not even big on, I'd have them beat her for the title and just get it off of her. even if they did a thing with Liv Morgan beating her and ending her reign, even though it doesn't make no sense because they, story ended, all that. I I would take that too, even though it make no sense. I don't even care. It wouldn't be an L in Triple H's book for me. It'd be a W. You know why? The title is off Ronda to someone that is at least decent. Okay, so I'll let you talk about Ronda Rousey if you want to. I'm done with it for now. So
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head about Ronda. To be honest, she's never really done it for me either. Like even in her first run, like yeah, I think her first run was pretty decent. But again, like you said, it's because she was in the ring with some top women like Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, etc., etc. So yeah, like she can't cut a promo to save her life. Not even close. Like some of her best promos have been just little like digs at people like Nikki Bella. Like when she did that John Cena line. That's like probably the best like promo she's ever cut, and that was just a cheap like pop. So yeah, that says how bad she is on the microphone, and in the ring she ain't that much better. Um, yeah, I like you said, like I've never been in the ring, and I feel like I could do better than what she can. So yeah, she is going to carry it to WrestleMania, unfortunately, even though she doesn't elevate the division at all. Like the only redeemable quality about her that people say is like her star quality and all that from like her days in UFC, but that's gone now, in my opinion. Like that went ages ago. That went when she first dropped the title at WrestleMania to Becky Lynch. After that happened, I feel like all that star quality went away. Like she's just another woman now. She's another name on the roster. Um, so yeah, she's gonna hold it all the way to WrestleMania again, and it's probably gonna be Becky Lynch that's gonna face her one on one for the title. Let's get that match over done with. That's been in the making for a few years now. Um, but yeah, even if it's not Becky, even if it's Charlotte, which I hate Charlotte with a passion, but yeah, like you said, I would be the biggest Charlotte Flair fan on that night if that were to happen. So yeah, I feel like she needs to drop the title ASAP. If it was me, I'd have her drop it literally the next show. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care to anyone if it wouldn't make sense. Don't care. Like just get the title off her. But yeah, she's gonna carry it to WrestleMania, lose it there, and then hopefully she'll go off into the sunset and then never come back. But knowing WWE, I feel like she will be back. Unfortunately, even after she loses the title, I think she'll keep coming back. So unfortunately for us, but yeah, that's my take on it.
you know what? I've got more to say because I'm not done. Okay,
Oh, here we go.
just a little bit. Um, Unfortunately, Ronda is really good with Stephanie and Triple H. Unfortunately, they are
Unfortunately.
on good terms because if if this is the Triple H that we all know and everything, like how he's been running it, she would probably not be on the show that much. If she was just a normal, wrestler, just a normal wrestler, she wouldn't be on this show a lot.
No.
Unfortunately, but my great idea is to get the damn title off of her, pull a damn Roman Reigns on her, and say you're gonna have to defend it in the Royal Rumble, so she would definitely lose. But that is all I'm going to say about it now. Until if I have to bring her up again, which will happen, but it'll be towards the end of it. All right. With that being said, welcome back to the podcast, episode 44. Yes, 44. Got it right, wrote down actually and correct. With my co-host Luke. It's only been 10 minutes now of ranting about Ronda Rousey and all that good stuff for me, and him giving his great opinion. How are you doing today? I didn't even ask that or anything. It's been 11 minutes now, so
Yeah, doing great, doing sound. Well, I say this afternoon after I woke up, I wasn't feeling too good, but yeah, less said about that, the better. But yeah, I'm feeling good now, and yeah, can't wait to go over some wrestling topics with you.
Yes, sir. Okay, we got a a ton. Let's just put it like that. Like I always put it in my notes on my phone, and then I copy it down on a paper. Oh damn, we got a lot. But let's after the Ronda Rousey stuff, and we're done with that for now. I want to talk about Survivor Series. Just a quick recap. Now, I did a review. You can go and watch it on the channel. Greatly appreciate it. I had a lot of people watch it that probably was not subscribed, and I greatly appreciate that. I've said it in a short before, but very huge. Great month overall on the channel. I really do appreciate it. But I just want to hear your opinions on it after I talk about some stuff. One thing I do like is they say who produced some of these matches, and I really do like
Yeah,
it. It's really different. For the women's war games, there's Tyson Kidd. And Tyson Kidd does a lot of women's matches, so I do like
yeah,
that.
he does.
Petey Williams. Petey Williams, is he that one that did the Canadian Destroyer and TNA?
Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that name sounded familiar. The women's championship match, Jason Jordan, which I feel for him. He normally produces good matches. He can't do shit with this. And
yeah,
controversial Brian Kendrick because Ronda Rousey wanted him. Fuck off. Styles Balor. It was Jason Jordan. Okay, I like that because Jason Jordan was like, "Hey, I got to redeem myself. I know I'm not going to be, I got to get myself in another match." Bobby, Seth, and Austin Theory, Adam Pierce. Now, Adam Pierce, he knows what he's doing, so I'm not surprised by that. Um, in the Men Wars game, we had Michael Hayes and Hurricane Shane Helms in that one. Taker was backstage for it, just with his family. I love that he's just enjoying life and not having to worry about
yeah,
another surgery or anything. So he's just backstage chilling it. So I like that. Um, for because I already did my review about it and everything. What was your match of the night for Survivor Series, in your opinion?
I knew this question was coming. Oh my word.
I, I didn't
Non-war.
have it wrote down. That's the crazy thing. It just popped in my head.
Fair enough. Non-war games. My favorite match was definitely the triple threat. The Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley. That match slapped. Um, I'm not sure. Like, I can see why they gave Austin Theory the title. I personally would have gone with Rollins retaining, but I can see why they did it. But yeah, that match absolutely banged. And then the two War Games matches were amazing. Like the women's War Games match was better in terms of match quality for me, but the storytelling of the men's one
I agree.
definitely showed off there. Um, in terms of my match of the night, like between those three, oof. I love war games, so I'm going to go with the women's war games as my match of the night.
So,
Uh,
so,
but yeah, the other two matches were great too.
so, even with War Games, mine is the triple threat because one, they they really did a great job with this triple threat. Um, I mean, all three of these are good. Austin Theory I say it every podcast or every other podcast. He keeps on getting better every damn week, almost like every day. He just getting better and better and better. That promo on Raw, hey, we would not have heard that Austin Theory with Vince. That
No, we
triple
wouldn't have.
Austin, and this is why I didn't agree with people saying that he was going to be buried and everything.
No.
Triple literally the one that signed him. Like he ain't going to mess up someone that he signed. Like he
Yeah,
ain't.
exactly.
Um. So yeah, the triple threat for me is the match of the night, even with War Games for me. And just because I know it was the first War Games for like the main roster, but there's a lot of people that was in it. For me, some of the women's spots, it just didn't look good, and I get that because it's going to happen, just because it's chaotic and everything. But man, and I love Io Sky, whatever you want, however you want to call her. I love what she is great in the ring, but man, that spot that she was supposed to do those double knees early,
Yeah,
that
she
oh,
fucked up that one spot.
and I'm like, and I'm not going to dog her for it, but I was like, when I saw that, I said, "Oh damn, that's just bad. That's just bad." But she had that great moonsault, so I forgot about it after that. But just thinking back, there's some spots that looked iffy, but match quality wise, I'm gonna go with the women's, but overall in general, the men's was better for me just because you have the wrestling and you have the story. Um, so let's see here, where I go from here. So with the men's war games, we had some backstage heat, not really, but I knew I was going to bring this up. I didn't even write it down because I already knew it would transition well. Roman Reigns was mad about a spot, and I think everyone has saw it. It was when they were going back and forth before the pop up power bomb and then the stunner. Um, like hit him right in the ear and kind of stretch his face or something. Hey, stuff happens to me, so I don't think it's a big deal. A lot of people thought it was going to be like a huge deal. I'm like, dude, Roman's been in this for how long? Kevin's been in this for how long? Come on now, like that's stupid. Um,
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, like with Reigns like being like pissed off backstage, like that was just a heat of the moment kind of thing. Like if you get like a ruptured eardrum, like I know that shit sucks. So like I can just imagine like in the moment, like he was very pissed off about it, obviously. But I'm pretty sure like him and Kevin like talked afterwards and just now water under the bridge. Just like it is what it is. Wrestling is it's just what happens. Shit happens in wrestling. So yeah, it's not a big deal as everyone is making out to be. Like Kevin Owens is not going to get any backstage heat for it. So yeah, um, yeah, it's just how it is. Like shit happens in wrestling, so they just got to move on from it.
yeah, I didn't really take much from this. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, they're going to try to blow it up. There's no reason to blow something up like that. Um, so on did you were you able to watch Raw a little bit or at least clips?
I saw a couple of clips on YouTube because I was in work at the time the Raw was on,
Do
so I
that.
wasn't able to watch the show. But I did watch a couple of clips on YouTube. So yeah, a little bit.
All right. So on Raw, Sammy embraced Jay. Jay embraced Sammy once again. So it just added another layer to this story that's going to be when it explodes. It's going to be pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to be somewhat sad when it does end because that's how good it's been. Um, but Kevin Owens picks up the victory in the main event against Jay, which is very. It just adds another layer to what we have to wait for SmackDown. Um, I don't know how they're doing this because I don't know how they're going to end this storyline because it's been so good. But whoever is, I don't know if it's just a collective group effort doing this storyline or if it's someone just one person doing it. I don't know, but this is some of the best television with storyline driven, just overall in general. That's been the best. Um, and I got an idea where they're going to head with this, and Solo is going to be huge in this, I believe. They kept
Ooh, interesting.
that Solo, the elders brought to him. Well, the elders is basically going to be the Rock. I think it's going to turn into the Rock because if they
Yeah,
keep on saying the elders. First of all,
the elders.
Rikishi is not coming out and saying that he's going. Come on now, look, it's going. It has to. If they keep on saying it, The Rock is definitely at WrestleMania versus Roman. It has to be. I'm
Yeah, it
just
has to be.
because if they keep on saying the elders and all this with Solo, that's the only thing. So I don't know where Solo will have his alliance with. It might be with The Rock, might be with Roman. I don't know. But that's where Solo is going to be big in that type of storyline with that. I don't think he's going to be big with this Sami Zayn and all that stuff because he's kind of neutral. I think it's definitely going to be with the Usos. Um, hey man, I don't know how they come up with this, but Roman's opponents supposed to be Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble, and then it's came out that it's supposed to be Sammy at Elimination Chamber, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think it makes sense, just because I don't think him and Sammy and Roman don't need to fight. I get the Kevin Owens one. I don't get Sammy. I don't get that right now, unless they're
No.
changing this storyline 24/7 and having Sammy win the Royal Rumble somehow. That's the only way. But I don't see that happening also. But what do you think of how they're going to end the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens with the bloodline thing, and Roman's opponent? Well, Roman is facing Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure that's kind of a given. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of a given now at this point, especially after the whole War Games thing, and then Kevin beating Jay. So it seems like yeah, that's the route they're going with Kevin versus Roman for Rumble. For Chamber, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Like I don't know if they are gonna go with Sammy, but I don't know how they would do it. I mean, Sammy and Roman could wrestle for the title, but like there's many ways they could go about it. They could go Chamber, or they could go all out and say fuck it and have Sami Zayn win the Rumble and then do Sammy versus Roman at Mania. That's a route they could go down. Um, I don't think it'll happen because I think it will be Roman Cody and Roman Rock, but Roman Sammy is an avenue that could go down. Um, in terms of where the Sammy story is going to go and how they're going to eventually turn on Sammy or Sammy will turn on them, whatever. I'm not too sure now how that's going to happen or where that's going to happen because I was fairly certain before Survivor Series it was going to happen. Well, the building blocks would start at War Games. So, like, Sammy was going to accidentally cost the bloodline. In fact, the opposite happened. Sammy helped the bloodline win. Um, so yeah, I'm honestly not too sure, but I think that's the good thing about this story. It's taken so many unexpected turns that you don't know like where it's gonna go, and that's the sign of a good story, in my opinion, is that you're not certain where it's gonna end up. Because like, there's so many stories in WWE where it's so predictable that you're able to see what's coming from miles away. I mean, it's not always a bad thing, predictability, but sometimes it can be too predictable where it's just like what's the point in watching if I just know what's going to happen? Whereas with this Bloodline story, it's interesting, it gets you invested, and you're not too sure where it's going to go. So, yeah, that's my take on it. I'm not too sure where it's headed. But yeah, one thing I do know for sure is going to be Roman and Kevin Owens at Rumble. Maybe Sammy will get involved in that match, and I don't know. Like, I don't know whether Reigns will beat Kevin Owens. Maybe like I don't know, like do something to Kevin Owens that's going to like piss off Sammy quite a bit, and then Sammy will help out Kevin. I don't know because like it is gonna be something to do with Kevin Owens, obviously. Because even after Sammy like low blowed Kevin and then Haluva kicked him at War Games, you could see that there was a bit of like not, I wouldn't say regret because like he did want to help out the bloodline, but kind of like he kind of wished he didn't have to do that. So it's obvious he still has some like brotherly feelings for Kevin Owens. So yeah, I think that's where they might go with it. Like after Roman KO, Sammy might help out Kevin if he gets like absolutely like torn apart by the bloodline. But that's the only way I can see of going with like this. And then obviously it's gonna be Sammy and KO at Sammy and KO versus Usos at WrestleMania. That's the way I think they're gonna go.
Yeah, that's where I was going to transition. Another thing came out with all this of setting up Roman's opponents was that Sammy and KO is supposed to face the Usos at Mania. So that's unless they change it up, that's the direction I would think they would go. Anyways, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Um,
Yep.
even though look, I would not be what's the word? I wouldn't be opposing to seeing Sami Zayn be the one to beat Roman just because of how good this storyline's been. But I don't think I think necessarily as a professional as Sammy would be, I don't think he would actually be the one. He wouldn't actually want to be the one to beat him because
No.
he knows as a great mind that Cody's probably the right person to be the one. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So just something real quick because I have no idea. Hold on. Oh God. I have no idea who this is, but she was signed or she's been on the roster or something for NXT. But they had like a show in Mexico City or something, and I really cannot pronounce her name. I really do apologize. It really doesn't matter because she did. It is a weird. It's a weird thing because she did like an unplanned spot and made it. Like I don't know. Have you seen that video?
Is it of that women's wrestler debuting in NXT?
No, it's a Mexico City. They had like a live show in Mexico City, and someone that is from Mexico, she had like a thing where she was just talking and everything, and I think she is from NXT, but I've never heard of her. I'm gonna be honest, but she did an unplanned spot for someone that she knew that was at the show, and let him like jump the barricade and everything, like for no reason. And if you watch the video, Byron Saxton is so confused, and you can tell it wasn't planned. And like he awkwardly just gets on his mic and says, "Well, we're going to a break or something, a commission break." Like it's planned. So, moral of the story is they released her after that. Okay. I don't I don't even know who. I don't know how to say her name. She's got a crazy name, okay? For me. I hate to announce. But that's one of the things that's kind of crazy to me. Okay. We still got a lot more. Jesus. Um so Randy Orton had lower back fusion surgery. And a lot of people was thinking, "Oh, he's going to retire," or said it's not going to look good. But his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, said that he's actually doing pretty good after the surgery, and that he would be back. He said that I think yesterday. I figured Randy wouldn't retire like that. He's not going to retire like that. He'll come back because he's really not had like a big like injury or anything that's like put him out for a long time. So this is like his first major like injury. So I didn't figure that he would just be, just riding the sunset after this because I think he wants one more, good, lengthy run or something. So hopefully Randy gets back sooner than later. I don't know how long. I know backs are very tricky, especially with surgery. So it's just one of those things. I hope he gets back real soon, and I don't know because Randy, other than Kane, because the first time I watched wrestling, I saw Kane on the screen, so that's the only thing that catch my eye and everything. Oh my god, I really Give me 1 second because I'm gonna have to. Oh, okay. Oh, no, no. Okay, there we go. I swear, women do not understand. My wife, I literally told her I was doing something, and I said it's gonna be a while, so do not bother me. Let's not listen. Let's not listen. Um. So I hope Randy comes back and everything, healthy and all that. I don't know how long, but another thing that that's happening on the news, and it's no secret that Triple H would want William Regal back, but there was they said Regal had like 2 more years on this contract with AEW, but there's a lot of um, confusion that he might actually come back. I don't know because he did Triple H did post William Regal saying War Games saying so
Legend.
yeah the one thing I like about Triple H, even if it's someone that ain't with the business anymore, he don't care to post stuff like stuff like that. He don't care if it's someone that's not in the business or stuff, or they're with AEW or something. That's something that I do like. Um, I don't know if Regal. I don't think Regal would come back that soon, but I mean they might because Tony Khan might just allow him because he's not a in ring talent. So I don't know. They might allow him to leave. I don't know. I have no idea, but I love to see Regal back because Shawn Michaels with NXT. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He making a he making a big fool out of himself.
Yep. I mean, with Regal, I don't know if AEW would have him like let him leave this soon. Like, especially as like literally just recently he turned on John Moxley to help MJF win the title, and it seems like that's going to be a big part of MJF's title reign. So, like, I don't know if Regal is now going to be his manager or what, but yeah, I don't think Regal is going to leave AEW this soon. I wouldn't mind seeing it because again, like you said, I would love to see Regal back in NXT and try and get NXT back to how it was, but I don't see it, unfortunately. I really don't. Maybe maybe after a year, maybe he'll think about leaving AEW, or like maybe after MJF's title reign comes to an end and he has nothing else to really do, then maybe I could see him going back to WWE. But yeah, right now I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. Um, something that sounds like it's going to happen after WrestleMania and a reset, which makes sense for Triple H. Though sounds like they are going to do a draft after WrestleMania, so that makes a lot of sense. Just because he can switch whoever he wants around, makes a lot of sense. Um, because they was originally supposed to have the draft. I don't know when. But a good, at least a while back, I know. But I don't know. I I'm not big on them doing a draft a lot. I like I like them building something. So like maybe once every year, that at the most once every year. I hate how I don't mind that they do like trades like they did with, even though Baron Corbin and Rey Mysterio is a lopsided trade, but I don't mind doing something like that once, twice if it makes sense. Rey Mysterio still getting his ass beat by his son somehow, even on Thanksgiving. Which I mean, it wasn't. Let's be, they might have filmed it actually on Thanksgiving, but I don't know. I don't know. But um, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw them post that, I really laughed because I'm like, dang, this man Ray still getting beat up by them. Um,
He on a different brand, and he still can't get away from him.
that's funny. Uh,
But yeah, with the draft, I can't wait to see it purely because like there are some parts of the division that really need sorting out. SmackDown Women's Division.
that's
But
big time.
yeah, um, what I would do, I would probably have I'd probably have Bailey, Io, and Dakota go to SmackDown because I feel like SmackDown is lacking that big like presence, and I feel like Damage Control would really provide that. And yeah, because Bailey especially isn't really doing much on Raw now. I mean, in terms of like winning stuff, because like she's just lost again and again and again and again. With Io and Dakota, they're women's tag team champions, so they're fine. But Bailey, like, I expected her to win the Raw Women's title from Bianca at least once, but mm-mm. So I wouldn't mind seeing them go over to SmackDown and try and bring some importance to that roster that it really fucking needs. But yeah, the draft, I can't wait for it, me personally, because I love the draft. But like you said, WWE used to do it a bit too much because, like you said, once every year is more than enough. Um, but yeah, I prefer the draft to the superstar shakeup and the bullshit that Vince did with that. I really didn't like the superstar shakeup because I just didn't like how people just appeared. Like I don't like that sort of like way of doing things where people just appear to go, oh yep, they're on this brand now. It just has no importance to it otherwise. Whereas the draft, it feels more official. So yeah, I'm all for the draft. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't do it after SummerSlam, considering like after SummerSlam normally is a good time to do it. But I could see why they would wait till WrestleMania to do it, considering it's like a whole restart, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I 100% agree with you. I think Damage Control would benefit a lot from just going to SmackDown. Um, because overall, the Raw Women's Division is so stacked right now. Um, they don't need to be on Raw, even
No,
though Bailey and Becky hasn't really had a big feud like one-on-one feud like that. I mean, I am excited to see that, but Bailey just taking another L. I mean, let
yeah.
let's be real.
Let's be real here.
Now,
Yeah, they're not gonna have Bailey beat Becky.
now you never know. Triple H is unpredictable for the most part with
True.
certain stuff, but I mm, mm, I don't think so.
Don't see it. No.
Uh, WWE planning a big event in India, which will be next year, early next year. Supposed to be January 18th, actually, the date. It's supposed to be like a very big event. I don't know if it'll be like, when they go to Saudi or not, but they're trying to make it into a big event. So that should be good. I don't mind them doing this because I think they need to go to different countries more. So I don't mind this. I think they need to do this a lot more and everything because most of the shows that we get for Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-views, like the big pay-per-views, are in the States. So I think overseas and like all these other countries, they need more events and everything. So I don't
Yeah.
mind them at all. Um, I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it because that's going to be right before Royal Rumble too.
Yeah.
I think they need to move that date up a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think they could have planned this a little bit better, but true, I give it a shot. Triple H, but they do need to come overseas with more events like this.
I agree. I agree.
Um, this happened probably a week ago news, but I'll just talk about it quickly. there was news that Brandy Rhodes was training or something for wrestling, but she debunked that. She said she's basically just with her husband and everything. She's not going to do that. Um, I think she knows that she's wrestling is not for her, so and everything.
No.
Uh, so
She could
so
stay in her lane as a manager. That's
yeah,
where she's best.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see her doing that, or uh, that, or going back and doing just the ring announcing because she was good at that. But
Yeah, she was decent at that, yeah.
um, so the moral of the locker room, obviously, since Vince retired, is probably an all-time high. That's
Shock. Shock.
yeah, that's a big shock. I just wanted to point that out. Like and nobody knew. Asuka is the only woman, and I don't know if you knew this, to win Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, to be the sole survivor in Survivor Series elimination match, and to win War Games.
Ooh, come on, Oscar. That's
Yeah,
what we like to hear.
cool little fact. I saw that and I was like, I got to put that in with somewhere in here. So that's a cool little fact. Oscar, the only one to do that. Pretty good. Um, I told you he was going to be at WrestleMania. I don't know who he's facing. Logan Paul's going to avoid surgery, basically. So Logan Paul, if you watch his video, which I did, he showed a lot of the Saudi match, and I mean some spots, and where he tore his stuff and all that. Towards the end, like the doctor literally said that he would be out for 6 weeks, but he didn't have to have no surgery. I don't know how the hell you tear all that damn stuff that he did, and it's only 6 weeks. Something. I think it's just a messed up MCL because if it's an ACL, the ACL is like 6 months, so it's not.
Yeah,
There's no way for his ACL. You don't recover an ACL in 6 weeks. I'm
in
sorry.
6 weeks. No, no, that's impossible.
But I heard the doctor in that video. The doctor said something about 6 weeks, and then Logan goes on to say that means I'll return at. And then whenever he says it, he has like something over his mouth and you can't hear it. So basically, for me,
WrestleMania.
he either going to have somehow a Royal Rumble surprise appearance, or it's going to be after the Royal Rumble and he's going to set up something for Mania, probably.
Yeah.
But that's good to hear that he didn't have to have surgery. I don't know if he will, but hopefully not. Because Logan has done a really good job with his 3 matches. I can't lie to you on that. Okay,
In
well,
three matches, he's better than Ronda Rousey.
anybody can be better than her. Uh, I normally don't put out a lot of AEW stuff and news, but we're going to talk about 2 things. Andrade underwent pec surgery and everything. That was I saw that yesterday or 2 days ago, something like that. So hopefully he recovers quickly, and hopefully Tony Khan lets him get out of the contract and come home where he belongs. Probably
Where he wants to go back to WWE. Yeah,
that one. I would agree that Tony Khan should do. Don't
yeah.
do it to anybody, but I think right there he should be one that they allow because let's be honest, they ain't using him.
They ain't using him now, so what's the point keeping him there?
They weren't using him before the surgery. So, FTR, their contract runs out in April of 2020. Mm. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though they have tag team championships from a lot of other companies, they have not used Tony Khan's not used them well overall. If we're being honest with AEW stuff, like not Ring of Honor, not other stuff. You know, I mean they've had a lot of freedom, but I would not be surprised if we see them after WrestleMania or something, and they appear. back because when Triple H, with NXT and all that, hey boy, they got treated really good. So I don't know if they'll come back or not. Who knows? But could be a
Yeah, when it comes to the revival, like they could come back to WWE. It really depends on them because, like, obviously Triple H would want them back. Like, when it comes to the top tag teams in the world, the revival are up there, or FTR as they are now. But when they were the revival in NXT under Triple H, they were incredible. Like, probably the best tag team in the world at that time. They were just killing it. And then obviously went to main roster. Vince happened, as Vince normally does. And then, yeah, they left and they didn't want to come back ever again, by their words. But I think they would have a different opinion on that now that Triple H is in control. So, yeah, it depends on them purely because, yeah, either they decide to come back or they decide to stay with AEW and the other companies if they're enjoying that much with the titles that they have. It's up to them. But I would like to see them back in WWE. I really would. I feel like they would provide some great depth into the tag team division. I mean, I want to see the revival of the Usos again, but this Usos under Triple H because the revival versus the Usos in WWE when Vince was in charge was cringy as fuck with some of those segments. Oh my god! So yeah, I would like to see a Usos revival feud again.
yeah. I definitely would too. On Instagram, our favorite woman in the WWE, Charlotte Flair, teased. I think she had like her pair of boots or something. So she is definitely returning at the Royal Rumble. I'm
Oh yeah.
sure of it. Um, so let's talk about someone that's been a hot topic, and I'm kind of mad she didn't show up in Boston in her hometown, and that is Sasha Banks.
Sasha.
And it's weird, and I forgot that she's actually married. I wouldn't have. I'm kind of mad that I even forgot. Um, but she's married to that. He been on. I don't know his name. I'm sorry, but he been on. That uh, up down down a good bit. He's actually still even with the company doing that. You know,
He's he does the attires. I'm pretty sure he makes some attires. I think that's what he does.
and he's still with the company. So that tells me that something I don't know. There was a thing that said there's money dispute, but then it came out that wasn't the case. So I have no idea what the hell it is. But whatever it is, they need to get her back or something. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really surprised that she didn't show up in Boston. And normally I wouldn't be wrong when certain stuff like that. Normally I have a good gut feeling, but she didn't show up. I was thinking, I was like, well, damn, she ain't showing up after the women's war games or during it or something. She didn't show up after that awful match we had with Ronda and Shotzi. I was like, oh my God, man, they really ain't going to show her. It's, I don't,
I I personally think Sasha's going to return to the Rumble. That's where I see her returning, and I see her having a little program with Bailey when she returns because like Bailey and Sasha, Bailey has said that a dream match at WrestleMania is Sasha Banks. She has come out and said that a little bit ago. I think it was during her injury that she said her dream Mania match is against Sasha Banks. So, and Bailey, I don't think is going to be involved in anything title wise because I feel like it's going to be Rhea, Bianca, and Becky, Ronda in terms of the two titles. And obviously, Bailey needs something to do. So I feel like Sasha's going to return to the Rumble, and I feel like there's going to be something there between Sasha and Bailey, and I feel like they're going to do that big match at WrestleMania. Um, yeah, I to be honest, I called Sasha not appearing at Survivor Series. I just didn't see it happening, even though it was in the hometown, and it's just like you really should have done that for like the big like hometown hero return pop. But I don't know, like I just felt like it just didn't. Not that it didn't make sense, but I just didn't see it happening per se. But I feel like Royal Rumble. I feel like I could see it happening along with Charlotte, like Sasha and Charlotte being the two like surprise returns at the Women's Rumble. And then, yeah, like I said, Sasha will have a program with Bailey. They'll do something there, and then see where it goes from there. To be honest,
I'm glad you Bill came up with Rhea and Bianca, but yeah, that is scheduled to be the WrestleMania match for the women's. That's came out a good bit. I figured most of us probably knew about that. Um, Another thing that came out, and I would love for this to happen, is it seems like they are going to stay with the Money in the Bank pay per view, at least for now, with how Triple H talked about it in the press conference. And the supposed man's winner already is supposed to be LA Knight, which is the perfect person for the case. For me. Now they had something that says, "Oh, it's not even written or anything." It doesn't have to be written to have some good knowledge of who should have the Money in the Bank case. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I think LA Knight would be a perfect choice for this, and it would make this makes a whole lot more sense than what we saw with Austin Theory easily. But um, LA Knight's supposed to be, Money in the Bank holder. I hope that's true. I hope that happens, but who knows until we get to Money in the Bank, because that's a good things away. Talking about LA Knight, there is supposed to be a match with him and Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble, and it's supposed to be called a Pitch Black match. I don't know what the hell.
what the fuck is that?
I don't know what it is. But with any idea that Bray has in mind, which I'm sure this is a Bray Wyatt type of thing, I hope it's good, and I think it will be good because I'm fully invested with anything Bray's doing. Um, I think it's stuff with LA Knight right now. At first we were thinking, what the hell are these two people doing in a segment together? And then what we've seen so far has been very good, and it's showing we're getting to see the quote quote other side of Bray, not the
Right, yeah.
the normal. Now we're seeing that his demons inside of him, basically, quote quote. Um, so Pitch Black match. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it'll come out to see what it is, but Pitch Black. I hope it's not pitch fucking black. Honestly, like I mean, dead pitch black because ain't no one going to see shit. So I hope it's not that. But I trust in Bray. I trust in this process, whatever it is. So I'm gonna do that. Um. All right, we still got a few more things. Not too much. We've actually went by this pretty quickly, but just little stuff. Bianca came out and said the women's division, which this makes a whole lot of sense, feels like what it was when she was in NXT, which makes a lot of sense because one, you got Triple H running. Two,
Yep.
you see the roster on Raw and everything for the women's division. I mean, that's the
So
definition.
many stack names.
That's the definition of NXT, and
Yeah.
so that makes a whole lot of sense. And I think she actually meant it's just much better in general because Vince is not there and Triple H is doing it. So I think in that statement she said, I feel like that's a little rib to what Vince did for the women's division overall.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
all right, the last bit of news, and then I'm going to talk about the rumored Royal Rumble matches that could happen, but I think one of them will not happen. I don't think it makes any sense because it should be at WrestleMania. Ric Flair, Ric Flair, damn.
Jesus. Old man, stop getting in the ring.
No. It's not even anything about in the ring. Well, it's a lot rumored of him being in the Royal Rumble, but let's be honest. If there's a wasted spot with Ric Flair in it, mm, mm. When I do my review, I will have a rant about it if Ric Flair is in there. Let's just be
Yeah, Ric
honest.
Flair better not be in the Rumble.
But Ric Flair came out and said, this is almost as worse. It kind of made me mad. Doesn't like Sami Zayn in the bloodline because he's too much of a funny guy in it.
Too much of a funny guy. That's the whole point of the story. That is literally the entire point of the story is Sami Zayn. The entire storyline of the bloodline revolves around Sami Zayn. Oh, Rick, my word. Too much of a funny guy.
Because they're serious. You got Solo. Solo's dead serious. He's the most serious of
He's
the
the most serious out of all of them, yeah.
um
Um,
man. When I saw this and I read the article, I'm like, damn, you gotta be kidding me. Rick just sounds like an old hateful guy in this. And he normally don't
yep.
sound like this of something that he doesn't like this. Normally he likes stuff like this, but man, I don't know. Come on now, Rick. All right, the rumored Royal Rumble match card has already came out. We got the men's and women's Royal Rumble. Of course, this is not the predictions, but this is just what I saw. Article. This is what they think the rumor match is going to be. One match, I do not think it's going to happen, but this one I could see happening. Ronda defending against Raquel, I could see that. Bianca and Rhea, I don't. That's too soon. It's got to be Royal Rumble.
Too soon.
I,
Too soon.
I think it'll be Bianca and Alexa Bliss, but
I think so too.
because even though okay, I'll talk about Survivor Series even more. I think they had it flip flopped. I think I think the Bloodline should have lost, and I think Alexis still to the from last week. I think Alexis should have turned on them. I think it
Oh
makes,
yeah.
but it seems like Alexis is going to be aligned with Bray once again. It has to, she has to be the way
Yeah. Yeah, they did the Bray Wyatt like logo pop up on the TV again. They did that tease a little bit ago, and now they did it again. So it's just like, come on, it has to happen now.
when they did it that time last Monday and everything. I was like, okay, okay, this is probably the most predictable thing out of the entire Bray stuff because
Yeah.
there ain't no way that doesn't happen. But I would replace Rhea with Alexa and then have Rhea and Bianca at Mania. Gunther versus Braun Strowman. That makes sense. I will
Yep.
say, and I hope Braun gets his ass whooped.
Yep.
And then we got Roman and KO. So that minus Rhea, I could really see this being the match card. That makes sense.
Yeah, I could see it.
The only downfall is you won't have Theory defending it. That's Austin Theory wouldn't be defending the U.S. Championship. But last pay per view, it was defended. The IC wasn't, and then I think that's what Triple H will do here, and it kind of makes sense because he's more like even though there's two Royal Rumble matches, but if there was only one and it was just the men's, then we'd have a traditional takeover 5 matches. But with
Yeah,
the
we would.
Royal Rumble, it'll be 6. Triple H likes 5 matches, so that makes a lot of sense. Uh, you think this is like how it will be like the Royal Rumble matches? That sounds pretty correct, minus Rhea. to me.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about accurate. Like Gunter and Strowman, that makes a lot of sense. Ronda and Raquel, that makes sense. I there's not many other women on SmackDown that could challenge Ronda. Period. So yeah, they don't have much options. So it's either Raquel or who, because they've already done Shotzi. I don't think they're going to do Shotzi again. So yeah, it's going to be Raquel. Yeah, and then the two Rumble matches, and then obviously Roman KO. And yeah, I don't think Bianca Rhea is too soon. Bianca Rhea should be for Mania. They are going to do the Alexa turn because, like, even after War Games, when they won the match, like you see them celebrating, and you see Alexa Bliss kind of like almost forcing the smile and the celebration. So kind of a little tease there, like, I guess you could say. And also, like on Raw, I did notice that she was like doing some like 1,000 yard stares at them, and even the commentators were referring to it on commentary. So there's got to be something there. So yeah, Bliss is definitely turning. They're gonna do Bliss Bianca at Royal Rumble. Bianca will retain, and then they'll probably do the Elimination Chamber where Rhea will win the chamber match or she'll win the rumble, like either or. Um, but yeah, that's how I see it going.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You know how chamber works and everything, and how Triple H is probably going to do a thing like that. Um, so Royal Rumble will actually be interesting for the women. So you never know. You don't know if it's going to be Becky or Rhea. I think that'll be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca and Rhea, not Bianca, Becky and Rhea will actually be the final two. I would not be surprised, considering Rhea and Becky sort of had that like face off at War Games, and it looks like they were teasing something there. So I would not be surprised if it ended up being
Mhm.
Becky and Rhea as the final two of the Royal Rumble. I would not be surprised at all.
That makes sense. Um, and well, we've already talked about this, but two things I'm going to throw at you that you might have not saw when I sent the notes. All right, so how would you book up to where we are now with After Survivor Series for every for whatever every championship or feud to WrestleMania? How would you book it? What? Okay, so basically, what's your Royal Rumble card? Um, you don't have to talk about Elimination Chamber that much, so we don't have to get in detail. But I mean, you can say what because I mean, Elimination Chamber is big, but how would you book it for Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber of who wins the chamber matches and goes on to get a championship match, and then how do you do WrestleMania?
Um, okay, so Royal Rumble, I would probably go with that rumored card, but swap out Rhea for Alexa Bliss. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Do that. Have Rhea win the Rumble or have Becky win the Rumble? I'm not too sure. I feel like it's gonna be one of the two. So basically, I would have one win the Rumble and then the other one win the Chamber. Just either or. Um, in terms of the men's Rumble, I would have Cody Rhodes win the Rumble. I feel like that makes sense. Cody returns at the Rumble, wins the Rumble, goes on to face Roman.
Um, who would you have in the final four for the men's,
Yikes. Um,
and in the final
Cody,
Cody?
yeah, Cody, Seth. I know Cody and Seth. In fact, I'd probably have Cody and Seth be the final two. That's what I would do. Um, but yeah, Cody, Seth. I'm trying to think. What are some of the big names that could be in the final four? Maybe Bobby Lashley. Maybe. I could see it. No, McIntyre. I'll go McIntyre. Cody. Seth McIntyre, and ooh, I'll go with like a not so big name here, but like someone that is going to like surprisingly make it all the way there. I'm going to go with. Hmm. Oh God. Um. Hmm. Gargano. Fuck it. I'll like Gargano be like what you call it, like like Iron Man. Like they stay in there the longest. I feel like Gargano could be a guy that could do that and just somehow make it all the way to the final four and just yeah, get eliminated there, but do very well in the Rumble. So yeah, I go Cody, Seth, Drew, and Johnny. That'd be my final four. In terms of final four for women, I'd probably go Rhea, Becky, Sasha if she returns, and Charlotte if she returns. Um, I feel like if Rhea is going to be in the final four, I feel like Charlotte's a given because I feel like they could really build up the history that Rhea and Charlotte do have. Um, so yeah, I feel like that'll be the final four if that does happen, but that does depend on both Sasha and Charlotte returning. So, but without that, I'd probably include like a little bit of damage control in there, like maybe Bailey in there or EO or Dakota, just one of them. But yeah, that's how I go with it. Like Cody definitely wins the Rumble for me, and either Becky or Rhea wins the Rumble for the women. And then chamber matches. I'm not really going to go into detail on like the six participants in it because I like anyone could be in the chamber. But in terms of the winners, I would go with. I'd go with. Oh, see, it would be different because like for the men's one, it would have to be Roman defending the title because if Cody's winning the Rumble, there can't be another person winning the chamber to face the world champion. Like that's just not how it works. Because obviously there's just one title now. So either they do a chamber match for like the universal title, undisputed title, or they do something where the number one contender faces another champion, like the Intercontinental Champion or the US Champion or something like that. But I would personally just have Roman defend the title in the chamber, have Roman retain there. Maybe like maybe throw Sammy in the chamber and sort of have a little like Sammy Roman moment in there. But we'll see. Women's chamber, I would have either Rhea or Becky again win that. The one that doesn't win the Rumble wins the chamber there. And yeah, trying to think.
All
Like,
right,
what would be the
all right.
go on?
After you do that for WrestleMania, what would you do for every title and a feud that possibly WrestleMania wise?
Okay, so Roman Rock, Roman Cody, one on each night. Um, ooh. Oh, Gunter, no, who would Gunter defend against? Maybe Gunter Sheamus again one more time, and then maybe have Sheamus win the belt. Or if you want to go someone different, then I'm trying to think who'd be good on SmackDown to face Gunter for the IC title at Mania. I can't really think of anyone if I'm being too honest. Like no one that really stands out. So yeah, that's probably what I go with. I go Sheamus. Just do one final match there where Sheamus wins the belt. Tag team titles, Usos and KO and Sammy. That makes sense. Um, Women's titles, Becky, Ronda, and Bianca Rhea. That'd be the way I go. Da, 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 da. Trying to think now. Is there any other titles? I don't think so.
U-
Anyone that I'm missing? Huh?
US.
US, of course, of course. Um, So seeing as Theory is the champ, I wouldn't be surprised if like they went all out and had Theory defend against someone massive like Cena or something like that. Like I would not be shocked. Considering Theory and Cena have been teasing a little something for ages now. So yeah, maybe they go with that and have Cena put over Theory. I could see it. So yeah, I'll just go with that just for the hell of it. Um, Obviously they're going to do Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. I think that's a given
Mhm.
because they did the match at Crown Jewel, but it's fairly obvious that they're not done there with the way that Lesnar won and then Lashley beating him up afterwards. So yeah, they're not done there. I feel like Brock and Lashley will have their moments in the Rumble and then build up to their match at WrestleMania. Who would win that? You could go either way. Probably Lashley. I'd probably say Lashley maybe, but who knows? In terms of like a non-title match, I feel like that's happening. Bailey and Sasha, I feel like that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put that out there. Um, Charlotte, I'm not sure what she'd do. Obviously, she's gonna be at WrestleMania in some shape or form, but I honestly am not sure who she'd feud with. I mean, a dream match of mine that I really do want to see is Io versus Charlotte, like because that's a big match, but that's not happening this Mania. Especially seeing as Io is tag champs with Dakota. In fact, that's something that I forgot about. Io and Dakota, they could defend against anyone really. Like the thing is, there's no women's tag team division. It's just people thrown with each other randomly and then just have at it. So I don't really know who they'd feud with. I like. In fact, they're probably not even going to defend the titles. They're probably just going to be thrown into a battle royal or something. I hope not, but that's probably what they're going to do. So yeah, in terms of like the main matches that are going to be at WrestleMania, the ones that I've gone through, that's probably what I'd go with.
Yeah. So in my Royal Rumble, I agree with the women. It's and I'm not going to talk about with Elimination Chamber. It's either Becky and Rhea. So I agree with that. However they want to do that, do it. Men's Royal Rumble for me, the final four. For the women, I think you nailed it on the head. I think that's what I would have if they do return. With the men, I'm gonna go with Cody and Seth. I think they are a given. I think they'll be the final two. I think that's really a given thing because of the history. Um, the other two, I'll go. I agree with you with Drew. My fourth, though, I'm going to disagree. I'll go with Sami Zayn with my fourth.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about Sammy. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. I could see that.
So I go with Sami as my fourth. I could actually see. So I could actually see Sammy in the final three, but I think that's where he gets eliminated.
Yeah.
Um, I've had Ronda beat whoever. I don't even care who she faces. I know she ain't gonna lose to WrestleMania. I'm not talking any more about her. Um, yeah, well, I have to with WrestleMania. Fuck, Bianca should beat Alexa, and I think Alexa is one of those would benefit to go into SmackDown. So I would have Alexa go to SmackDown. Gunther should
Yeah.
destroy Braun. I hate, I hate, I freaking hate seeing Gunther run away from Braun. My butt H. Why you have someone like Gunther running away after he's beaten all these competitors for the IC championship and defended it like he has? I get it. Braun Strowman, big guy, monster among men, or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Why is he running away from Braun? He,
Yeah, Gunther shouldn't be running away from anyone. Like he shouldn't be afraid of anyone. Like even Braun Strowman. Like yeah, he's a big guy, but Gunther ain't exactly small either. So, in my opinion, that it didn't make sense having him run away like that. It really didn't make sense.
Well, at first when that happened, when he, got out of the ring, I said, "Okay, that's cool." They teased it, but then he was running away, and I said, "Oh my god!" It just triggered me. All right, that's enough I'm going to say about that. But Gunther should beat Braun. I think that'd be a hell of a contest. Roman will beat KO. Elimination Chamber. I already talked about with the women, however they want to do it. I would not care to see Ronda take the night off. I think Ronda should take the night off and enjoy. Um, Bianca, I don't know, man. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if she'll defend it or not. That one, I really don't know.
I Do you know who I go with? I'd personally go with Nikki Cross. I think give Nikki Cross a good shot at it. Either that or she's going to be in the chamber match. But I personally think have at it. Have Nikki Cross have a little opportunity at Bianca.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. Um, I would I would not have Sheamus in this Elimination Chamber match, but I would have Gunther defend the IC title in Elimination Chamber, not Roman. I'd
That'd be
have
good. That'd be good.
I don't know who the competitors are, but I would have Gunther and I would not have Sheamus in it because Sheamus is going to be the one that dethrones Gunther at WrestleMania. I've had that penciled in since they started the feud and everything.
Yeah.
Um Roman, he's supposed to be there. I don't know who he defends with or what, but I don't think it's going to be in Elimination Chamber. But I think Roman will win that and go to WrestleMania. So we go to WrestleMania. Um, I would not be surprised if Elimination Chamber Becky. Well, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. Fuck it. WrestleMania. Um, we have Becky and Ronda, obviously, and Becky will beat her, and thankfully, we will all rejoice when it happens. um, so Bianca and Rhea, just like you do, I think Rhea takes the belt off of Bianca then because
Yep.
Rhea deserves it. Sheamus, Sheamus is the new champion. I think we're going to see a lot of new champions, but it makes sense because they need this. Um, but I would not be surprised now if Gunther retains against Sheamus. I mean, we might not even see him face Sheamus. Who knows? But I think that's the direction they should go because they've been
Yeah.
holding off on that third match, like a true third match. Um, if Gunther retains against him, I don't know who the hell beats Gunther then. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't. Sheamus is legit the only one I could see right now. So, um, I'm not even going to talk about the women's tag team titles. I'm sorry, I do not care about them. They are on some great people with Dakota Kai and Io Sky, but I do not care about the titles. When you don't have established tag teams and you're, oh yeah, let's throw you in a tag team with her. Hey, I'm in a tag team with her this week. Oh, hey, we're gonna try to get these tag team titles. No, fuck off. No,
It's
hell,
whack. It's whack.
that this is one of the big L's Triple H has had. He needs, what Nikki Cross did with the 24/7 title. Nikki Cross needs to get the women's titles and do the exact same thing. Toss them, just toss them in. We don't need
Yeah.
like
The women's tag team titles in the first place was a bad idea. I said it from the get go. Like everyone was excited for them and saying like, "Oh, we got women's tag team titles." I was like, Yeah, but there's not enough women in the division to have a proper tag team division. Like, they're struggling enough to have loads of women on the roster with the singles titles. Like, it just made it so much worse with the tag team titles. I called it from the get go. So, yeah, in my opinion, they should have never even been made. So, yeah, bin them off, I'd say.
Yeah. Um. Let's. I haven't talked about names. We got Usos versus Sammy and KO, especially. Um. I think Roman should face The Rock on night one and win that, and then Cody beats him on night two. I think that makes sense. Um. Damn, am I missing something?
US title?
Huh?
US title, I think you missed.
Oh, damn, we both missed that. But yes,
Yeah.
took my idea because I think he'll actually face Cena at WrestleMania. Um, hell, while I'm at it, um, I don't know who he's going to face, but Stone Cold going to wrestle. I forgot about that. I think he'll wrestle someone. I don't know who. Hell, might be Cena. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I think we'll get a clearer picture when Elimination Chamber gets done. But
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna throw something out there. I don't know if they go with this because they have no reason to face, but Seth also needs a match. Why not? Seth and Stone Cold. I mean, they would put on a good match. I personally don't see them facing off, but I'll just throw it out there.
yeah, I forgot about Seth. They ain't gonna leave Seth off the show though.
No, they're not. Definitely not.
Damn, I don't know, man, because that he's continuing this thing with Austin Theory. Bobby Lashley, I don't know where the hell he was at Monday night. I guess he took the night off. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I don't think he's going to stay with Austin Theory up to WrestleMania. I don't think that makes sense.
No. No.
I don't know. I mean, that's at least some of the stuff that we booked. Um, one last thing, last topic I'm going to throw at you. Top five men and women's matches you want to see happen or see a match that we've seen before. So you can see um just top 5 men matches and women's matches you want to see or just happen again. Um so I'll leave that up to you. 5 of them.
Oh boy. All right then. Okay. I'm gonna go uh women's first. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my dream women's matches does involve EO, I'm not gonna lie. But I am only gonna include one just for the sake. I don't want to have all five include EO, but if I had my way, it would because like I've got so many dream EO matches, it's ridiculous. But the first one is going to be Io Sky versus Asuka. Like for me, that's the dream match for me. I would personally have that at the WrestleMania after this upcoming one for the title. I feel like Asuka wins the title, holds it to WrestleMania, and Io dethrones her. Like I would love to see that happen. So that's my number one. Number two, I would go with. Oof, um, Rhea versus Becky. I want to see Rhea versus Becky. I do because I feel like the promos those two would have, and I feel like they would have good chemistry with each other. So I would like to see Becky versus Rhea, especially this version of Rhea, this Judgment Day Rhea with Becky would be amazing. Um, let's see. Three. This is a match we've seen before, but I definitely want to see it again, and that's Sasha Bailey. You can't go wrong with that match. Like
Yeah.
it just needs to happen again at some point. It just has to. Um, Number four. Um, Fuck it. I'll include. No, actually, no. I probably won't. I'll go Charlotte versus. Who do I really want to see Charlotte face? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with it again. I'm gonna include the second EO match, and that's EO Oscar. Not EO Oscar. EO Charlotte. I want to see that match. In fact, that's probably one of the only matches that I want to see like Charlotte in like desperately, because there aren't many women that I'm actually interested in Charlotte facing like genuinely. But EO, I would like to see that happen because like they had that little thing going on in NXT where they did the triple threat of EO, um, Rhea, and Charlotte. That was really good, and I'm just like, oh, imagine like them two like just one on one. I feel like they would tear the house down. Especially since Charlotte can put on great matches. Look at Asuka at WrestleMania, even though it was wrong result, but it was a great match, and also Rhea at WrestleMania. Those two really tore the house down at WrestleMania as well. So definitely, I want to see that. In terms of my number five, this is going to include a woman that is not currently in WWE, but I think she will return at some point, and I want to see this like happen again, and that's Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox. I want to see this happen on the main roster. Like for doesn't have to be for a title. It doesn't have to be, but it would be nice to hopefully see those two in a women's title picture at some point. But in like the far future. But definitely, I want to see Dakota and Tegan have a big rivalry on the main roster. I feel like that'd be very interesting to watch. So yeah, that's my five for women. Shall I go over my five for men now, and or let you do your women, and then I'll do my men?
I'll do my women. I agree with you. Io Sky and Oscar is something I would love to see as a program. Um, that's one that clicked my head as soon as you said something about it. Um, Now I'm gonna have this woman on here twice because look, I've always been a fan. Um, I'd love to see an Emma versus Becky match. I don't know if they've had one. It might have been in NXT they had one, but it's been way too long. I would love to see that because I love both women in the ring and everything. Sasha Bailey is a given. I could watch them wrestle 24/7. Um, Another one that's been teased, but it seems like they're going away from it. But I would like for it to come back eventually. But I would not be surprised if it doesn't. I mean, if it, I mean, I I think Triple H will come back to it, and that's Rhea and Beth. Um, I think they would make a very good match. And my last one is Sasha and Emma. I think Sasha and Emma would be really good. So I got Sasha on here twice, and Emma on here twice. So that'd be my five for the women's.
Nice, nice, nice. I would like to see some of those matches as well. Um, all right, my five for men. This is actually gonna be really difficult considering how many like amazing wrestlers are on the men's side. Oh, Christ alive. Oh boy, I really should have written down my matches before this
Well,
podcast. I really should have.
while you were I didn't throw this. I didn't have it in the notes, so I kind of threw it on you. But I'm over here writing it down as soon as you said something. I was like, okay, I got to think of it because I'm not one of those that can think on the top of my head. Sometimes, most of the time, I can.
Mm.
With this, I got to just realize of how many people they got in the company. It's just crazy.
Um, Number one is Roman Rock because come on, like that needs to happen. So yeah, that's my number one, Roman Rock. And I'm probably gonna two matches, two that include Roman here, and that's Roman Cody. That's a given. Um, I feel like they would absolutely tear the house down. I mean, Cody and Seth was incredible. I can only imagine how good Cody and Roman would be. So yeah, like I cannot wait for that, for when that happens. Number three, you know what? I'm going to include Cody twice again. I'm going to say Cody AJ Styles. I want to see that so badly. Like, I know Styles is not quite the prime AJ that he used to be, but I know that man can still go. So I would love to see Cody and AJ have a program, like a feud for the world title when Cody wins. I feel like that could be a great feud, a great match with the history that those two have, like in Japan and all that. That'd be a great feud to have for SummerSlam. That probably the SummerSlam match that I'd want to see for when Cody's champ. Number four. Ooh. God, so many, so many. Oh, I'll go Gunther and Brock Lesnar. Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I want. Yeah, you had what you had it, did you? It has to happen. It has to happen.
Man,
Like when
man, you
well,
got all this way, and I was like, I know he's going to say Gunther's name, and I'm thinking, man, I hope he don't say Brock because
don't say Brock. Don't say Brock. Don't say Brock.
I wanted it to be different. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have one on here that he ain't going to have. I mean, I'm still going to have a couple that you ain't going to have. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to have this one. This is going to be good, man. When you are say Brock.
Yeah, like it just has to happen. Like when Gunther went up to the main roster, literally the first name that I was like, I want to see face Gunther at some point is Brock, because like Brock, when he's motivated and when he has a good opponent that he would like to wrestle, he like the man can put on some incredible matches. Like look at Brock Styles, Brock Balor, Brock Rollins. Like you could run them down. Like, and I know, like at one point he did want to face Keith Lee when he was in WWE, but obviously that can't be a thing now. But yeah, Brock and Gunther would absolutely tear it down. I would love to see that at the Mania after this upcoming one, like as a big like non-title horse fight, like Gunther Lesnar. That would be incredible. Um, Number five and my last one. Hmm. Shit. um. God, I'm trying to think. I'll include. All right, this will purely depend on Pete Dunne going back to Pete Dunne, but I would love to see Pete Dunne have a match against Seth Rollins. I want to see Pete Dunne Seth. There's purely because like Seth Rollins, he could put on a fantastic match with anyone, and Pete Dunne's so talented. Like like when he was in NXT, like putting on bangers, like even in the UK, like he was just putting on banger after banger after banger after banger. So yeah, Pete Dunne, Seth Rollins has always been one of the matches that I was like, I want to see this happen at some point. So yeah, that's my number five.
Uh, so I'll just talk about the ones that we got in total. I got Cody and Roman, especially, even though we know it's probably going to happen. Cody and Seth was so good with those matches, like you said, that there's no way that the Roman matches ain't going to be good. The one I'm really mad about that you had, and I was like, man, I thought I had them. Gunther and Brock. Um, I knew I had to have because Brock's my all-time favorite. I knew I had to have Brock on this list, and I was thinking it popped right in my head so quickly. I said it's got to be Gunther, got to be. Um, so Brock and Gunther, boy, oh my God, I'm just going to tell you, I cannot wait because I know it's going to happen eventually. Got to.
Oh, it is. It has to.
And Triple H is not just not. He knows it's going to happen eventually. So can't wait until that showdown just happens and everything. Um, Another one that I've got is that might actually happen at WrestleMania as well is a lot with how he's been the last few weeks and how he's probably going to be moving forward. I would like Austin Theory and Cena to happen because I think that would be a very good match because Austin Theory has been putting good match after good match recently. I mean he has been even has been like when he had the Money in the Bank case. It's just that was holding him back where he was losing every freaking match about. Another one that we've seen in the past, but we haven't gotten in a long time, and they put on hell of a good matches, and that's AJ versus Roman. I would love to see another AJ
Oh,
match. Um, that for me would be just just damn awesome if AJ and Roman got to face each other. I don't know if they will, but boy, that would be great. That would be
their their matches back in 2016 are among some of my favorite Roman matches. Like they were amazing. So it's like I wouldn't mind seeing that like have a comeback.
yeah, that would man, that would be shoot. That'd be great. And my fifth one, I'm having some troubles just figuring out what I would want to do. But one that I don't think we've seen, I don't think they faced off. I could be wrong. And I'm going with one that you didn't mention his name at all. Not the first guy, but the second guy. That'd be Seth versus Nakamura.
Oh, yeah.
But
Nakamura, to be fair, like was popping in my head a few times, but yeah, I would love to see that.
I don't believe we have seen that. So I just wanted to get some of the matchups I did. I wanted to that we haven't seen. I do have one, the AJ Roman one. It was just a given to me.
Yeah.
That was the first one that popped up just because they have matches and all that. But Seth and Nakamura would be one that I would like to see and everything. And I think, boy, that would put on a great
They
match.
have wrestled. They have wrestled before. They wrestled at Survivor Series when Nakamura was the IC champion and Seth
Right.
was no. It was Nakamura was the US champion and Seth was the IC champion. They did a champion versus champion match. But yeah, I would love to see that again
I think
because
I think
they're
under
incredible.
Triple H regime it would be better. I remember that match a
Yeah,
little. It was decent, but I think you never know with Vince if they were holding back or what. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's the two topics I just came up with because I knew it could just added, a lot of different stuff. But all right, I think that's all. I,
yeah. But I think that's everything. It's been a decently long podcast as well, coming up to an hour and 40 minutes. So we did well here.
yeah, 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 yeah. Damn. Um. So let's see. Yeah, we went over a ton of stuff. If you watch it, because a lot of people, man, I've noticed a lot of stuff. Like if I go live, you don't watch it enough, but when it like gets into where it's published and everything, and it's like it's quote quote uploaded, people will watch it more. I don't know why, but it's making
Yeah.
me mad. It's really making me mad. That's the only thing making me mad. because like I had legit when I did Survivor Series, the review and everything. I did it way late. I did it like after the press conference and everything. And I was like, okay, I'd like a few people come in, not say much, not say anything. I'm like, okay. Hell, tomorrow, like the next day, I looked. I said, 70 views. I said, how'd that happen? Next, hell, it went up to like 360 or something. And I'm like, that makes me mad that I went live and it didn't matter. The people like, I think a lot of people, when it comes to reviews like that, they like recorded stuff. I don't know, like recorded format, not to live or anything. But um, all right, rambling on. But this been episode 44. Oh my god! Of course, god dang it, bro. Why how does that stuff get on YouTube now? Did you see that?
No, I don't think I did. Luckily.
Oh my god. No, it's just those bots where they
Oh yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, I just saw it.
uh,
Oh God.
but this been episode 44 with Luke. Thank you for coming back on and everything. I had a
No
pretty
problem at all.
talking about stuff. I don't know. I don't know when the next one will be. Maybe next week. I don't know. We normally try to do it once a week, but if we don't, it'll be all right. I don't know. We'll just see. Um, channel wise, tomorrow I'll be live with Tyrell with NFL picks. That'll be something I'll do tomorrow. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a lot of content that I have just in the back, and with how the format I've had with each week, it's tough to upload and stuff and go like that because I've got the podcast with you, then I do the predictions with Tyrell, and then on Friday I know I try to get my universe mode out, but it's been it's been kind of hard with a lot of stuff. But let's see. Damn, I'm trying to. Tomorrow when I go live, actually in the morning, I will breaking news. Blah blah blah. I'll have a first time in like 2 years. I used to do a lot of live shows with my universe mode. It'll be back tomorrow and upload and everything. It'll be 3 matches and someone that we've talked about a lot, my TKW World Champion Roman, will finally be in action after he finally won the championship. Damn, 6 episodes ago. So we're doing the same with Roman in Universe Mode in real life. Not really, but uh, I didn't need to use him, but he will be back in action and everything with my Universe Mode. So that'll be good. Uh, Randy will be facing against Keller, and then in the main event, you got Ray defending the Hardcore Championship. I don't know against who because I have forgotten. But those are 3 matches. Roman will be facing. Then you got Keller and Orton, and then you got Ray defending the Hardcore Championship. Winner of that will face the Brute himself, Sheamus, in episode 100, which I don't know when the hell that's going to be. But whenever that's going to be, I'll be live on YouTube for it because that will not be recorded. I don't want to do recorded for episode 100 because for me to get to even close to 100, that's insane over the years.
Yeah.
But hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great rest of the night, and hopefully work goes by smoothly for you.
I hope so.
Me too, because I'm going to get something to eat here and then go back to sleep. But yeah, peace out, y'all. Hope y'all have a great day, and you too as well, and have a blessed one. See y'all.
Take care.